Hello everybody and welcome to a train simulator video. Today we shall be taking our first drive over the newly released Cumbrian Coast and Furness Railway route, which is a big one for me as it is my local line. The route was developed by the team at On Track Simulation and is currently available to download completely free of charge from their website. The first version of this route covers 80 miles of track, from Millom in the north to Preston in the south, and it encompasses a stretch of the Cumbrian coastline running through Barrow and onto the Furness line as well. So first of all, we're going to go through the requirements that you will need to run the route as intended. First of all, from Alan Thompson Simulation, you will require the West Coast Mainline Midlands and North West route, aka the missing link, and also the overhead line pack. Please do note that you must be a paid subscriber to the Alan Thompson Simulation in order to get access to the missing link route, and it is essential, otherwise you won't get Preston Station. From Armstrong Powerhouse you will need the Wherry Lines route. The version from Steam should also work. From 4Aspect Simulations you will require the railway signage pack. Then from Just Trains you will need the common library, and it is recommended that you have the Sheffield to Derby route or newer, so you can access the latest assets and of course the track. And then from Steam Sound Supreme you will need the Staymore, Shap and Eden Valley line route, which is essential for a number of scenic assets, including the bridges over the Kent and Leven estuaries, as well as Grange Over Sand Station and Arnside Signal Box. Then from the Steam Store you will need London to Brighton. TS Academy comes with Train Simulator itself. Then the Liverpool to Manchester via Warrington route, the Construction Scenery pack, the Woodhead route, and that is the 2012 version, so not the BR blue and grey one. It is the one that was released in the early days of Train Sim. I think it was Train Sim 2012 it came out with. It's got like BR green stock and such like. Then you will need the Isle of Wight route, the Platform Clutter Scenery pack, the Town Scenery pack, the Settle Carlisle route, West Coast Mainline over Shap, West Coast Mainline Trent Valley, the West Highland Line extension, so that's Fort William to Mallaig, the Riviera line, that is the 2014 version, so the one that comes with the First Great Western Class 143 Pacer and the HST, so the modern day equivalent if you will, not the Riviera in the 50s route. And then also from Steam you will need the European Loco and Asset pack. From UK Train Sim you will also need the all of the freeware scenery packs. In addition to that, the Coastal Tanker and the Derelict Motor Barge. The boats themselves though are not essential, but are there if you are interested in wanting them added as scenery. Then from Vulcan Productions you will need the Grass pack from version 4 onwards and the Tree pack. And last but by no means least, the North Wales Coast route. Now this route is currently not available to purchase on Steam. It was removed a year or so ago now because Dovetail Games lost their licensing agreement for the Ariba brand, and that's still very much in limbo at the moment. But the route from Crewe to Chester and Llandudno can be purchased in a copy of Train Simulator 2018, which I believe is still available elsewhere from sites like Humble Bundle, and you will need the North Wales Coast route because the Cumbrian Coast and Furness route uses the signals from that route. But apart from all of that, that is pretty much it. So it's a pretty big requirement list, but very much worth it for the route. So before we continue, I just want to have a quick look around Barrow and the station area. So if I just click on the game, there we go. I've got a dual monitor set up now, so I do have some notes on a separate monitor off to the side. So this is Barrow Station, my local station. Looks very good from first impressions. Very good representation of the station area. We have 3 platforms at Barrow, platform 1 and platform 2, and then we've got the platform 3, which used to be a through road, but it was converted into a bay platform a number of years ago. So in this direction we have trains heading along the coast towards Carlisle, and then in this direction we have the Furness line heading along through Ulverston Grange, joining up and onwards to Carnforth, so joining the West Coast Main Line at either end of the route. Just going to go down to the station building. This is a station car park. The station is based off its current day iteration. So I've got the station building there, and I've got the frontage here as well. In here obviously would be the ticket hall, and you also have a cutaway there to where the additional waiting spaces and station shop. And here we are on platform 1 itself. So we do have, so with the station being in present day, we do have the electronic train describers, and also at the far end of the platform we also have the lifts as well, which were added in 2007 with station refurbishment work. So, but before the lifts, passengers could cross the level crossing down at this end of the station with assistance from platform staff if they were not very mobile or had very heavy luggage that they couldn't get down the station subway. So yeah, this is platform 1. It's got the doors to the staff areas and the station toilets as well. Got seats there and bike waiting space there as well. We'll move over to platform 2. On platform 2 you have a waiting room, I think more toilets as well, and also this little plaque here, which is very good. So a testament to the team that has put a lot of work into this route and tested it. The route was mainly made by Thomas Harrison, but he's also had a lot more help from other people within the community. You've got the subway down there, which was recently refurbished. It's had over the years. So this is all detailed. Don't have the lift doors down here, that's fine. That's a nice little Easter egg there. Katie's route. On this particular wall here, in like very early years, I used to remember there used to be a painting of an HST slapped on there. I think that dated from the station's 80s refurbishment, but it's been long since covered over. It's funny the things you remember. And then obviously down here we have the signal box, which is a custom model, as was the station. The station was also a custom model as well. So that's Barrow's signal box there, dating from the Furness Railway. And then down here we have the carriage sidings, which are used for stabling and cleaning DMUs overnight. For I do believe all the major maintenance of the units that are allocated to this route are carried out at Newton Heath. I think that's near Newcastle. So you got the fueling point there as well. And then we've got the additional sidings down here. Used to be a 4th platform in this area, before the station was rebuilt partially in the in the early 50s. Used to be like an old carriage here as well, but which lasted until about the 1990s, I think, until it unfortunately got burnt down. So that's Barrow Station itself. We've also got a few landmarks around the town as well. Now here used to be a cinema, but that got changed to the Emlyn office tower a number of years ago now. But this is Abbey Road, which is in real life a traffic light junction, but obviously with roads and TS that is a compromise there, so that's perfectly fine. Got Rawlinson Street down there, not the best road to drive down. In terms of other landmarks around the town, we do have the rugby ground at Hindpool Road. It also used to be the site of the town's bus garage, but that got changed into a retail park. You've also got the area around Barrow Island down here and the shipyard. So this is where the shipyard is. Got the bridge over Michelson Road there, and down here is there should be it's Morrison's, and there's the petrol station down there. And here, where there is a gap, should be DDH, but that would be I think that would be a custom build. DDH is Devonshire Dock Hall, and that's where all the ships and submarines are built. And then we've also got close to where the station is the football ground on Hawker Street, if we can find that. There's the station. Yeah, we've got the reservoir there as well. We've got the football ground at Holker Street here as well. And that's pretty much it for the area around the station. So all in all, a very good representation of Barrow Station and the surrounding area. So we're now going to unpause again, and we are actually going to get a move on. So we do have the ATS 185 for this particular run. So we're going to get the train set up now, Shift and W, and then we need to agree to the terms on the TMS as well. Just click the back arrow and then click on 1 if the game will let me. So that's acknowledged, and then we can do the GSMR as well. I'll also get the doors open, that's T and O. And our head code is 1 Yankee 60. And our starting signal number is, if I just center the player, 12. DSD, there we go. So that's us set up. I'm not running the announcements on this particular run. I'll also disable the driver reminder appliance. The scenario we are playing is one of 12 that comes with the route. And I do have all of the active service trains in this scenario. The only thing I'm missing are the statics that sit around Carnforth Steamtown. But apart from that, so that's the only thing I'm missing from this particular scenario. The scenario is also 80 minutes in length, and we will be taking some extra time to look around the station areas as well along the route. So I will probably be splitting this video around Grange, I think. So we'll see how long we go for. But I don't want to make this video too long. Also, I forgot to set the lights, so I'll do that, and destination display to Manchester Airport. There we go, just as the door's shut. So we shall depart from Barrow now. The starting speed limit is 15 miles per hour. So yeah, in this video we'll be covering the the next two videos will be covering the Furness line, and then I'll do another video to do the route out to Midland. In this first version, the track is all in place all the way up to Carlisle, so it's just a question of just doing scenery now as time goes on. Can now do 60 just for a little bit before we have to go back down to 40. Just passed beneath Greengate Street there. Bring our brakes right on now to 40. That's one thing to bear in mind with the 185, it does accelerate rather fast and brake rather sharply. This is Salthouse Viaduct. I'm just passing over Salthouse Road. Just past a ScotRail delivered Class 158. It was transferred to Northern during the interim period whilst we were waiting for the Class 195s to enter service. In fact, this scenario is based around one of the loaned Class 185s, because when the Transpennine franchise ended on the Furness line, Northern loaned a small number of Class 185s from Transpennine in order to cover for services along the route. So we're now approaching our first station stop at Ruse. That's the Barovian pronunciation. Others pronounce it as Roos. Just open up the doors here, take the HUD off, go to 8 camera and pause the game. So Ruse just basically lies upon the outskirts of Barrow Town Centre and serves the ever expanding Holbeck housing estate. So in present day there are more houses being built in this particular area. In terms of facilities, it is obviously quite basic. You've only got like the bus type waiting shelters, and very recently they did add Northern smart ticket machines plus the electronic information displays. There also used to be a coin-operated telephone on this in this waiting shelter here on the platform, but that was removed quite recently, as obviously the mobile phone has rendered it surplus to requirements. The station does have ramp access from both sides of the bridge. And this is Rouge Road. And your other access point is just down to the side here, alongside these houses. Got the flower beds here, which are looked after by, I think it's through the station adoption scheme. There are a number of unstaffed stations on the Northern network that do have members of the public who volunteer their time to look after the station. Got custom signage as well for the stations here as well. Got a stop car marker there at the end of the platform. Like also how the signs are like slightly tilted as well. Yep, so that looks pretty good. So I'll just unpause the game now, go back. We don't have very long dwell times in this scenario, so we can now get ready to go again. Line speed is now 60 again. Need to slow down for this upcoming 40 miles per hour speed restriction. Note that also on the HUD we do have the horn markers, the horn signs marked out as well, like what Dovetail Games did for the Chatham routes. It's going to be quite challenging to keep the 185 at 40 miles an hour, as the speed set only works above 40. Section between Barrow and Ulverston is also rather hilly as well. We're about to pass through Furness Abbey Tunnel, which is the shortest of the route. A little bit of a scenery thing there, but that is a little bit of a common fault with train sim. And if we go up to the in fact if we go to 8 cam and pause, we can see the ruins of Furness Abbey, which was a casualty of King Henry VIII. So don't know if this is a custom or not. Might be a kit bash. I think Tom was on about having a custom for Furness Abbey at some point. So whether this is a custom or what, I'm not too sure. Looks like a good representation though of the Abbey. I think part of the Abbey is still like propped up on scaffolding at the moment because I think there'd been some form of subsidence in the area. This was also the site of Furness Abbey Station as well. That closed in the 60s, I think. Section of line between Barrow and Ulverston is rather challenging for the 185. Going uphill to Dalton now, and here we join up with the Barrow avoider. And we also pass Dalton signal box. Now we just passed beneath and they're coming up alongside the main road that comes into Dalton itself, and we're about to pass through Dalton Tunnel. And here we are at Dalton Station. There we go, just pause the game again. So this is the area around the station. Got the other housing around here. Nice general representation of the area. The station does have step-free access to either side of these platforms, but you've also got the stairs leading down from the road bridge as well. The station also does have a Harrington hump, which isn't modelled here, which is on both platforms, I think. Dalton does have rather awkward platforms, and depending on the train, on the type of train that serves the station, the doors may have to be locally operated by the guard. On the 185s and 195s, it is usually the doors in the centre carriage of the train that are locally opened here. Just because of the step down from the train to the platform, that's the major point of contention. Like Crews, the station is unstaffed, and the old station buildings, I think, are disused now. I think one of them may have been converted for residential use. So that's a nice representation of the station building. Yep, so that's okay. And we can now depart for Ulverston now, as soon as we get interlock. So the next station stop is at Ulverston now, which is 5 miles away, or 4 miles away. And so far the route seems to be performing rather smoothly, though the performance will obviously vary depending on what sort of AI trains we have in the scenario as well. But I did play around, have a little bit of a play around on release night, which was the 31st of December 2021. And I was generally impressed with the performance then as well. So we're now about to pass through Lindell Tunnel, which is the longest and by far the straightest tunnel on the Furness line. This is also the last tunnel that we shall be traversing through. At this point we start running alongside the A590, which is the major trunk road out of Barrow. Links up with the M6. Just outside of Bretta Holt, which is closer to Kendal. As you can see, you've got like 3D trees closer to the track, and then outside we have the 2D models as well, so that helps with the performance of the route as well. now about to go downhill towards Ulverston. I think there was an incident in the 40s where a steam locomotive split apart, traversing across Lindell. And I think the locomotive itself fell into a mine shaft, I think. Just received advance warning of an upcoming 20 miles per hour speed restriction, although that does start at the end of Ulverston platform 3. Just past Ulverston signal box there, another custom asset. Now we'll stop about here. So here we are at Ulverston Station. Got the signage there, and I think this used to be a former platform as well. And this is the station itself as it is today. Got the subway connection there. I wonder if there's another Easter egg down here. Yeah, just got the Katie's Route graffiti again. Got the knockoff BT telephone box there as well. So that's good. And we've got the station building as well. It's very nice. I don't know if this. I think this might be a kit bash, this one. Could be a custom, could be wrong. But nevertheless, it is a good representation of a station building. Also got the waiting room here, or I think the former waiting room. I don't know if that's used now. The station also had some very distinctive circular light shades, but that would involve a custom model. So we just have these regular ones for now. So we can now speed up to 60 miles an hour. Next station is at Cark and Cartmel, which is about 5 miles away. And this is the area around Ulverston. Again, a very nice representation of the area around the station. And over here in the distance should be the lighthouse monument, but in the route it is currently. This is, I believe this is the standard, and I think Tom mentioned about also having a custom model here at some point as well. But that is but the lighthouse is a major landmark of Ulverston itself, and you get great views of the town from the top of a hill here as well. I'm speeding quite a bit in this run, but this route isn't really about the drive; it's more about the route. So I'm perfectly fine with that. There's no point in putting the speed set on because we will be slowing down to 30 in a minute for the bridge over the Kent estuary. So we've just received advance warning for that now, and we're going to start to slow down in a moment. We can get away with braking quite a bit later with the 185. So here we are with the bridge that goes over the Kent estuary. In real life, the bridge has since been upgraded and trains travel along the bridge at 60 as opposed to 30 now. think the bridge was upgraded in. I'd like to say after 2000. It was definitely. I think it was somewhere after 2007. The bridge was upgraded. Just going to go into notch 4 and then press Ctrl and N to activate the speed set. So we're now getting ready to stop at Cark and Cartmel, also referred to as Cark. And that has also been reflected in the naming of the station in recent years as well, with different operators either having the Cartmel placement on or off. And I've totally overshot the free car stop sign there. I'll just stop about here anyway, just underneath the footbridge. So here is the area around Cark's station. Station serves the village of Cark and Fluke as well. So I haven't gone not too Tom hasn't gone too crazy on distance scenery as well, so that's okay. Just go down to the station building. The station is unstaffed and quite basic as well. So we've got railway station building here, which is now residential use, I think. Yeah, it's another good representation of Cork as well. So that's very nice. So I'll just unpause the game now and we shall move on to Kent's Bank. Advance warning for an upcoming 50 miles per hour speed restriction, which we are going to start slowing down for now. Now going to slow down for Kent's Bank. Okay, so here we are at Kent's Station. Not much around here. Obviously you've got the view out across to the ocean over there, and then you've got the village around the outskirts of Grange here as well. If we just move down here, station building, again here it's disused I think, or residential use. Just got like a little station sign on there. Some nice flower beds around here as well. Got a station level crossing here as well. Can't really get more basic than Kent's Bank. There's no like there's only like just a bare station signage and bins and flower beds. Got a nice little waiting room here. I think Kent's Bank was another station where doors were locally opened on the 185s. So we shall just unpause the game. So we're about a mile away from Grange, and it is also where I will be splitting the video. Slowing down for the upcoming 50 miles per hour. And we're going to start slowing down for Grange Station. So here we are at Grange, where this part will end, and all being well, we'll see you in part 2 for the rest of a look at the Furness line and the journey towards and the journey onwards towards Preston. So thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you've enjoyed it, and take care.